Greetings, Skeechlings. Skeech Prime here with my live reaction of One Piece, chapter 1185. Alright, so y'all better buzz off. Okay. Oh, I wasn't expecting to see Hancock in one of these cover arts. Why is everything on fire? Um, is she actually a good cook, or is she just burning everything? Hancock hones her cooking skills for Luffy. This makes sense. Um, alright, so Brooke's childhood. Condal. If I don't say it that way, I just say candle. Um, make Brooke your page. Oh, so that's why he becomes so good. Teach him good manners and how to speak properly. Uh, you got it, Lord Leuven. Wow, the palace. So he actually did get to stay close to the palace with being in the guard and everything. It's like, so some time has passed, his injuries are healed. The palace is packed with cute babes. There's one hottie, two hotties. Oh, not her. Three hotties. Cut it out. So, is it the fat one? Brooke don't like 'em thick, does he? Cut it out. Don't worry, you're still number one, Condell. That's Lady Condell. You're my page now. Yo, let me see your panties. Okay, sorry. Brooke! uh, Hey, do you have an issue with wearing your school uniform? If I let that school cramp my style, I won't be able to jam and make good tunes anymore. Don't worry though, I'm looking forward to rocking a guard corps uniform one day. So he lives and sleeps with the guitar that he got. Love it. Also interesting that his first proper instrument was a guitar. That seems to be his most common instrument since the time skip as well. Though he does have a, you know, like the trifecta of his, with being the violin when we first met him, switching into the piano on occasion, as numerous um things happened where he could play one, and then the guitar being his third, probably most proficient per the time skip. Uh, Gotta admit it, I'm jealous. I can't believe that kid gets to be Lady Condal's page. Yo ho ho. So having a little uh meet up with some of the other guards. Let's see here. Condal, do you have a type of guy or go for? Lady Condal, there is one man, but he's out of my league. So battle practice. Oh look, his is a training rapier. Still, the reason I train so hard with the sword is to be by his side. Okay, so she loves the prince. I bet you'd get him if you dressed more like a chick instead of a dude. Oh, Lord. Cut to the bone, Brooke. That's not necessarily. Being near him is more than enough for me, huh? Near him? Does that mean it's me? Of course not. Lady Condal, don't tell me you even wear men's underwear. I don't. Good lord, that sword is massive. Wait, is that her sword he's carrying around? Really? Then you gotta let me see your panties. Brooke, your language is not improving. You have to be. I mean, that language is what he's gonna have for the next. Let's see, he's supposed to be like, what, 12 now? So a good 60 plus years from now, he's not going to change. Actually, no, it'd be more than that. It'd be, let's say it was what, 70 years back to when he was 20 was the first time skip. So yeah, over, like, I can't do math. I'm sorry. But yeah, around 80 years later, he ain't doing well. 78 years? Yeah. Um, There, I did the math. Oh, fuck, I'm stupid. But anyway, your language is not improving. You have to be polite and use honorifics when you ask someone for a favor. Would you be so kind as to show me your panties? Of course not. He just. She floored him. Even outside of politeness, you need to consider basic decency, too. I'm going to drill good etiquette into you. Good grief. That doesn't hold well either. Strengthen etiquette. Go hand in hand. What? Then I'll do my best. I mean, I shall endeavor to give it my all. There's not a soul around who doesn't admire Lady Condal. So now we're done with the 12-year-old Brooke portion. Now we're shifting back to the 20-year. She shines like the sun over the whole nation. Now that I think about it, there was this one time a world government ship drifted up here in Esperia. The kingdom was thrown into panic as no one had ever dealt directly with people of such stature. Oh, the celestial dragons? Oh no, wait, this is 27-year Brooke. Sorry. Yep, the pressure was overwhelming. The pressure's on. Lady Condell was actually bedridden for a few months after that, probably due to the stress. What? You wouldn't believe how dark the kingdom felt back then, yo ho ho. I shouldn't laugh, but it really was like the sun set on our kingdom. But that was just the beginning. You wouldn't believe the influx of news that followed, Princess. Your father, the renowned rugged prince, ascended the throne. The crown is just sitting on his mop of hair. And at the same time, he married your mother, Lady Condal. Ah, so she finally got her man. The celebrations across Esperia were as thrilling as a live concert. And then we were blessed by your birth, Princess Shuri. She's like, eh. The nation positively bubbled over with joy. People were always saying, I want to see her face. Oh, she's so cute. She takes after her mother. Whoop, I'm getting off topic, but you get the picture. That's why I love your folks. They're my ultimate benefactors. In fact, I'd gladly relinquish my life for those two. Oh, check out my latest hit, Relinquish Rock. Mommy and daddy, so broke. What would you do if I were in danger? That's obvious. I'd lay down my life in a heartbeat for you too. Is that just 'cause I'm their daughter? Oh, God. No, it's because you're you. You're supposed to say that wholeheartedly without hesitation. Hmm. She loves candy. That shut her up. Uh, so now back to some training. Oh God, riding on his shoulders. Hey, Daddy. Use father instead. You're not a little girl anymore. Uh, love you too, father. Hmm. They're doing the same pose. Let's see here. Princess Shuri, if you're craving freedom from your parents, you know you can always vent with a song like this. You'll better buzz off. Well, why do those lyrics sound so weird? She's trying to get taller, and they're just having, she got slightly hurt. Brooke goes full, like, nurse. The rain with the a cute little doggy. Let's see here. Oh, and this must be a ball to find a suitor for her. It looks like, and Brooke's hitting on another woman. It's a dialect from a kingdom in the west called Kamigawa. Kada. Why'd I say Gawa? um, Spooky times with Brooke. The irony is that he becomes that. You'll better buzz off. So, all they're back at where he used to live, and she's fishing while he's playing. We ain't pups bought off with treats. We ain't kids turning round by sweets. Um, so when he got sick, she took care of him. trying to make him food that he would enjoy. And he did, and she fell asleep out of just pure effort. Aw, the praise he showered. In Shuri's 15th year. Huh? It's out of tune. Uh-oh. Music died in the kingdom of Esperia. A thick mist shrouded the country and lingered for half a year. The land's treasured instruments decayed as the mist turned to smog. What? The island was swallowed whole. Music no longer echoed through the streets. Joyful melodies gave way to sound of coughing. Let's bring on the music cop. Yeah. Oh no. The toxic smog ravaged the lungs of tens of thousands and claimed the lives of hundreds. The fog will clear. It must. So trying to give some. Oh no, she died from that. Beset by one. Beset by one unimaginable tragedy after another, the kingdom knew nothing but suffering. Even after the fog had lifted, the scars it caused remained. So now they're doing a national funeral for their queen. Shuri and Brooke are just in Leuven, of course, are just totally beside themselves. Good lord, it really is just corrosive. You can see it eating away at the buildings and the giant harp. Your Highness, we still owe the government this year's heavenly tribute, but we can't afford to pay them. Oh, so they lost their, um, like, I guess their status in the government? Huh? Whoa there. So he blocked, and she seems to be doing better. Princess, the way you move, sometimes it's like you can see the future. Oh, I'm gonna be just like Mommy. I mean, Mother. I think you must be well suited for that, but I doubt your father would be. Uh, Pleased at the notion of you fighting on the front lines, Princess. Father, he seems troubled lately. I have an idea why, but there's nothing we can do about it. I will simply follow the king to the very end. Didn't you want to become a pirate, Brooke? I'm happy to put my own dreams on hold until I repay my debt to His Majesty. Hmm. When the time comes, I'm going with you. Absolutely not. Try and stop me. The world government is our enemy. This means war. What? Oh. Understood. Commander, Your Majesty, I just ask that you tell us your reasoning first. Brooke, they demanded 1,000 slaves. That is the only. So, reverie payments aren't always paid in gold, in treasure. So, I'm actually wondering what, when it comes to reverie payments, can it be anything of material value? Because, I mean, obviously, they acquire a lot of money. They pay these outlandish bounties, and it's like, I'll pay you like 500 million for that dude over there because he looked at me funny, and I will put him in shackles and make him pull me around like a horse. That's what the celestial dragons are. They have like unlimited wealth. They seem to have the finest resources. I wonder if that's because that I don't know if it's ever been said about the Reverie that you can pay in other things. So makes me kind of wonder. That is the only way they would waive this year's heavenly tribute. Slavery in the Holy Land is a worse fate than death. No way. So everyone's still there when he gave that commandment. I would say commandment, but more of a statement. Uh, the government's armada will arrive in 2 months, and I have no intention of choosing human sacrifices to hand over to them. Is our country done for, Commander? So the people are now asking Brooke. Don't all non member nations turn into lawless zones? Are they really going to loot us for everything we've got? Apparently, there was once another nation in the West Blue that disappeared too. Wait, Oh my god. That'd be funny if that's the land that eventually becomes Thriller Bark. Because it did come from the West. And then, like, when Moria got a hold of it, he's like, huh, nobody wants this hunk of rock. Not even the government. So, I'll take it. I've heard there's all these tales. Out there, the deadly sea wind wails. About the land that makes mighty shake with fear, in a land they won't come near. A home for the samurai and them giant folk. It exists like the tales spoke. Okay, so he's talking about Wano and Elbath. Interesting. So he does know about these places. Interesting. Even back then, like, I think he had mentioned that he knew about the samurai, like, long ago when he first met, like, Kinemon or something, or even before that, actually. So, but he knew about it at this point in his life. Interesting. Like I mean, old bee, a sting and they'll flee. They said to consider your views, 'cause they've got nothing left to lose. Wahaha. Hey, what's wrong? Yeah, that's right. They've landed on the northern port. Okay, so 2 months have passed. Platoon 12, intercept. Y'all better buzz off. Nobody said they'd be this many of them. Don't let them set foot on the island. Y'all buzz off. We're out here on the map's edge. We don't, but don't y'all scoff. Huff, huff. So Brooks fighting with everything he's got. Our name ain't something that can be wiped with ease. Well, I mean, obviously it is because I don't think anyone's ever mentioned Esperia before. You'll find taking our home ain't gonna be no breeze. Commander, the enemy has breached the palace. Oh crap, I'll hold the barricade at the staircase. Why can't I fight too? That's out of the question. You'll be at you'll be at their mercy if they capture you. I mean, I guess that might be what happens. Don't you have any crazy ideas now, sure, princess? It's a raider. Ah, man, princess, the garden we always walked in. So now they're at the garden and it's been set ablaze. Oh crap. Oh, your Majesty, the junkyard we used to play in has been reduced to hellish inferno. Y'all better buzz off. Y'all better buzz off. The edge of the map's a hell of a sight, 'cause it shines mighty bright. If if we finally snap for real, that shaking is all you'll feel. Your Majesty, Princess Shuri. So he's heading up the staircase and wait, what? What? They've already been tainted by the evil. Wait, who the hell's that dude? Because he's got the wings too. And the evil bird thing. That surely isn't who. That isn't like Mars, is it? So she killed her father. So now we get the full scene of what happened. But who is this guy? Is he like an admiral of this time? I would assume so, given the jacket and just him being there. Worried about the war? It's already over, Brooke. Aren't you happy? What happened here? There's a break next week. We just got back from a break. What the heck, Oda? Are you okay? Um, okay, so wasn't expecting that. Um, so yeah, overall, um, we, we find out what really led to the ruin of this country. A mysterious mist that seems to be very corrosive, poisonous even, killing the people. Obviously, it has corrosive factors, so it was eating away at their livelihoods, but also their island, it seemed like, because the buildings and stuff. So it was like very much like a super acidic acid rain, because that's essentially what acid rain will do over time. But usually, a rain is not. going to do it over, a quick period. So this seemed to be going over the course of 6 months, as he said. So, but with the mist constantly shrouding them, that's like rain, super heavy rain, kind of heavy rain, um, like just constantly for 6 months. So I guess that would explain why everything was being corroded. So, so essentially, like a miasma was like totally just taking over the country and gripped it whole, taking like, a member of the royal family, a beloved defender of the nation, Kandal, and now this. Um, Years later, you know, we're seeing what happened. So Shuri is only 15 years old. She has taken on the pact, I guess, when her father wasn't going to yield, presumably considering he has the wings as well. I wonder if that's actually a thing for all royals in line with the government. They just don't know about it until it's too late, and then maybe if they can course, a younger member of the royal family, they then take over, clean house, take over, you know. But it didn't seem like that was the case, prior to like anything we've seen in the story up to this point, except for an Elbath. But King Harald, he was actually a knight, almost a whole, a god's knight. He was like one step underneath them, so it's like it would make sense why he would have the demon pact and all that kind of stuff. So, but, huh, I don't get it for Leuven this, though. But maybe that's actually how their country had been prospering and basically had like no strife for anything. But then after the mist, everything changed. So maybe Leuven and his family are actually a lot more corrupt than we would have thought. But yeah, so Leuven is gone. Brooke is dismayed by what has happened to his beloved Shuri, now the only member of this family left, the last person that he truly cares for in all of this land, and she just betrayed him by killing her own father and basically turning over, I would assume, a, it wouldn't surprise me given that everything being the way it is, they probably took everybody on this island as a slave. Like I can only see that being the case. Like 100, no. It's like we already had to waste resources to come here and make you give us slaves. No, we're taking everyone as a slave. That is how the government would roll. Um, at least as far as I can tell. So, and this admiral here, like I'm wondering who he is. Like he's got an interesting enough design. Actually, considering, it's probably too much to say that he's like uh Akainu's, like, I wouldn't say his father. It's probably too old. It's too far back to be his father. So I'd say maybe his grandfather. Kind of has like a similar posture. The face structure is kind of there. The fact that he's also smoking, though he's not smoking a cigar, but I could believe it. Um, but yeah, this is not how I was expecting this to end. Now be it we're probably going to get another installment to get fully fleshed out, like the events that happened here. We'll probably get like a little flashback to the last moments of Leuven, and then the true betrayal of Shuri, and then the ultimatum of what happens to the island. We know the kingdom falls, so that's why more so why they just probably just take everyone. Because I doubt they want refugees heading off and telling of what happened. That's just going to put, bad marks against the government, maybe leading to rebellions from powerful nations. So, yeah, we're probably going to get maybe a buster call to kind of render the rest of the land, kill any dissenters that are still on the island, but most likely they probably just take them all in as slaves. Anyone they can capture anyway. So, but yeah. But that's about all I have to say about this one. Let me know your own thoughts and opinions. Anything I misunderstood, please let me know down below. Links down below for all my socials. And as always, later days. And until next time, Keechlings, bye bye.